While we've grown out, we've ninny bong. I'm Engineer Hoist, and welcome to our weekly Transformers Earth Wars news stream here on twitch.tv at Engineer Hoist. That's where we stream live, and that's where all these people are here. If you're watching the replay, you can just head on over to Twitch, follow me there, and then you can watch us. We record every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. I've been starting off the show with a question of the day, or the question was posed, isn't it really question of the week? Sure, I guess, except for when I do more than one stream per week, but, that's fine. Anyway, today's question of the day / week was, what is your favorite Transformers gimmick? Like Headmasters, Target Masters, Combiners we'll throw in there, and so we've got a few votes for Combiners, Target Masters, Headmasters in there. I think I saw Cyber Keys from like the Energon or the Unicron trilogy. I'm not sure exactly which one. I've got a couple of those figures, and I agree, that's pretty cool. I had a vote for Action Masters, Mini-Cons from Armada. So a lot of good votes. Thank you for everybody who was here early and participated in that, like Jared Barbara, Big Bronze Rims just showing up, Sharksea, Grand Galvatron, Bruticus, let's see, Record Rule, First Monk, we got a few people, Silver Bolt, Joseph Trujillo, Big D, Dojak, and lots of you guys here. If I missed you guys, I'm sorry. But I do appreciate everybody showing up and participating in that. My favorite gimmick, it's hard. I kind of like them all. I would say I'm leaning a little bit towards the Headmasters. I just thought that was really cool how you had a little robot turn into a big robot. I realize it's different in the Japanese continuity, but being from the U.S., I grew up with that style of Headmasters, where it's a little person, whether it's a little robot or whether it's a Nebulon or Spike or Daniel inside the little robot shell or whatever. I thought that was pretty cool. And so there you go. Another little thing, I don't know if it qualifies as a gimmick, but the little rub signs, where it's just you couldn't tell whether it was an Autobot or a Decepticon until you actually rub it. I thought that was pretty cool. Anyway, let's move on to the content. Oh, we got another votes for Brain Masters and Breast Force, and so that is the actual name for it. So get your minds out of the gutters. What's the button I want to press? I want to press this button. We're going to talk about this weekend's event. It's called Think Tank. So I'm thinking we might be leading towards another tank type of a character, because there is a tank character in the Leo Kaiser set, which I'm pretty sure is going to be the next Decepticon Combiner, although that has not been confirmed, although it's pretty obvious at this point. But there's no indication of that in the newsletter or anything like that. That just kind of makes sense. Yeah, Kill Bison, I think, is the name. Whether that's going to be the name in the game or not, because I think they changed the name for the Combiner Wars toys. So, well, time will tell before that. Like I said, no information about that in this week's news, but there is plenty of information. So let's get to it. Gather your alliance to take part in this weekend's raid event. So we got the raid going on in the middle of the week right now. This weekend there's going to be another raid event where you can win up to 2,000 Shanix, 600 4-star shards, 1,500 3-star shards, 3,000 Prime Core shards, which is kind of a new twist to the raid events. Plus also you can win a bronze, a silver, and a gold squad core chip so at various points during the prize board. Like I said, this event type is an alliance raid. Starts at the usual Friday start time, ends at the usual Monday stop time. There's just one big prize board, like all raids, and it is triple XP during the event. How do you participate? This is a little different than the slide we usually have up there, because it's more raids. I had to create this one, or slightly modify existing ones, because I hadn't done a raid event news in a while, or ever, really, since I've been using this format. So, again, gotta be headquarters level 4 to be in an alliance and participate in events. Very easy to get to, even if you're starting the game today. Right now, you could be at a headquarters 4 and be in an alliance by the time the event starts. You hit the event button. So the way the raids work for this is you select the battle zones that you want to fight in, and then you go do your normal battle. That's where you're going to win most of your XP. That's where you earn energy cells. During the midweek raids, they just give you 700 cells, which is good for 7 battles, and that's it. During these events, you can go and battle as many times and earn as many cells as you want. Now, how many cells you earn from this battle varies depending on which zone you fight in. We'll talk about that in a minute. So, and then just like every other raid, you use those cells to go and fight the raid bases. And there are, I think, 20 different raid levels that I did not put on a slide, but there's quite a bit. So and the raid points that you win by participating in the raid battles is what contributes to the prize board where you can win prizes. A lot of words there. Okay, so here are your event battle zones. I kind of condensed them down. Zones 1 through 12 each will give you 20 cells. And zones 13 and 14 will give you 25. The new zone 15 will give you 35. Speaking of Shanix, our alliance just reached one of those levels. That's why the notification came in that you can hear. So there you go. So those are your zones. So if you can hit 13 or 14 or 15, you can get a few extra cells. Otherwise, it doesn't really matter which zone you go in. 1 through 12, you'll get 20 cells. And so here are your totalizer prizes. The first thing you'll get is once your alliance reaches 120,000, you'll get a bronze squad core chip. And if we manage to do that in our alliance, that'll be my very first squad core. Since they've come out, I have not received a single squad core. I don't. That's fine because I don't really have any plans on using any of them. But it's just kind of crazy that I haven't gotten any at all. None. Not even bronze level, so it's weird. But anyway, if you get halfway through, then you get a silver squad core chip. Now, all along the way, you'll be picking up prime core shards, 3-star shards, Shanix, 4-star shards. But what I list here, like I usually do, I summarize to the maximum point level you get to be able to collect all of the prizes. By 700,000, you will have all 3-star shards. By 800,000, you'll have all the prime core shards. By 900,000, you'll have all the 4-star shards. And then by 950,000, you have all the Shanix. And if you complete the event and score 1 million points, then everybody on your alliance gets a gold squad core chip. There you go. So those are your prizes. Now, the other big news, they kind of touched on it during the live stream last week. And we got more details, including which bots, and we'll be talking about them in a second, for a new power core type of a system, but it does work with the power cores. They can work in conjunction. It's not an either-or kind of a thing. It's the C.O.M.B.A.T system. Now, what does it? Clearly, C.O.M.B.A.T is an acronym because you can see all the little periods there. So what does that actually mean? What does C.O.M.B.A.T stand for? Well, they don't tell you in the newsletter, but if you go look up the TF Wiki, it might be in the Siege instructions or whatever. It is the Cybertronian Omnifunctional Modular Battlefield Assault Tech. There you go. That is what C.O.M.B.A.T is. The Cybertronian Omnifunctional, I knew I was going to mess it up, Modular Battlefield Assault Tech. Let's try that one more time. Cybertronian Omnifunctional Modular Battlefield Assault Tech. Okay, I'm not saying that anymore. It is from now on, henceforth, C.O.M.B.A.T. And I'm just going to read this lifted straight from the newsletter. An exciting new addition will soon be coming to Transformers Earth Wars. For the first time, we will be introducing Battle Masters, Micro Masters, and mini cassette bots as characters you can collect. These bots will act as part of the new C.O.M.B.A.T system that will allow you to change the weapons of your existing bots or add battle companions to any bot. Grand Galvatron says, take it slowly. Yeah, we got all night, don't we? These new weapons, based on Battle Masters and Micro Masters bots, will add powerful new attacks to your bots and allow players to totally change how some bot classes behave in battle. That's interesting. Maybe you can give a ranged weapon to a warrior and they can actually act similar to a gunner. Maybe you can give a melee weapon to a gunner and they can go in and fight melee style. Pretty sure you're not going to be able to put something on a bot and have them start flying if they didn't have a flight alt mode already. But hey, you never know. But a little difference here is with the mini cassette companion bots. They'll be equipable to any character, not just Soundwave or Blaster, and will provide them with a powerful companion with its own unique abilities. So that's pretty cool. Joseph asking, doesn't Soundwave always already have Ravage? No, and that's actually been a big complaint from a lot of people. He actually deploys Rumble, Frenzy, Laserbeak, and Buzzsaw as his 4 cassettes. No Ravage since the beginning of the game. Whereas Blaster deploys Eject, Rewind, Steeljaw, and Ramhorn. So, I think we're going... Okay, one last thing. The bonus part of the combat system is that it can coexist with power cores. A bot can have both a combat bot equipped and a power core. So all of your power cores stay put. You don't have to change anything about the power cores. These will be an addition on top of the power cores, just to give extra power and extra gameplay ways to your new bots. It seems really cool, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it's going to play out. Now, that's all the information they gave us. I have zero extra insider information about how this is going to work. I have not seen it in game. I have no idea how it's going to work. But the possibilities are exciting, honestly. I mean, imagine running around with like Megatron and he gets to throw out Ravage or something like that. That's pretty cool. I mean, everybody's seen Ravage because he's in the new loading screen. They haven't put it on the game yet, but you can tell that's the loading screen. They showed a picture of Optimus Prime holding an axe. Megatron's coming in with an axe. And we'll talk about which one of those characters are coming in. I see you guys calling for Rat-Bat. Rat-Bat's not in the game yet. He's actually not on this list yet, but I have a good feeling that he'll be coming as part of this new gameplay availability. Okay, first up we've got Ravage and Night Stalker. So finally everybody gets Ravage, and I happen to have the Siege Ravage here, so you can see it's kind of small. We can take a look at it when we get back to the big screen there. So we've got that. Night Stalker, nowhere to be found in the toy line, but I did my little research on him, and way back in the G1 Marvel Comics, Night Stalker and Ravage were basically like bodyguards for they called him an overlord. It's not the overlord that we know, but for some high-ranking person, Ravage and Night Stalker were bodyguards, and so they worked together. And then things happened, and Ravage kind of defected to the Decepticons, whereas Night Stalker actually stayed loyal to this guy, and he had a built-in feature where he would fight and protect his master, to the death. He even had a self-destruct feature where if things, if the worst were to happen, he would actually self-destruct and destroy everybody who's coming and attacking, and that did indeed happen. So that's pretty much the only bio on Night Stalker, so it was a short run for that character. So it would be interesting to see if that kind of has if that factors in at all to whatever kind of ability that he provides. Maybe some kind of a shielding, maybe some kind of maybe some kind of a self-destruct kind of a thing, maybe. Time will tell, but anyway, so Night Stalker, Ravage. Night Stalker obviously is the Autobots, Ravage is the Decepticons, so this is all they did. They just showed us some images, but I did a little bit of research on that kind of a thing there. Sharksy's saying the self-destruct sounds like IG-11 in The Mandalorian. It certainly does. For different reasons, though, but yeah, basically that. Next up is you got Flak and Crater Maker, who are a couple of Micromasters. And so I actually have both of these guys here. They're the same mold in the toy, and that's why they look identical in the game as well. Don't have a whole lot of information on those two guys other than I have the toys, and indeed the game models do look like the toys. Next up, you got Firebolt and Blowpipe. Now, these guys are Target Masters. Firebolt actually was released in Siege as Fire Drive for trademark reasons a little bit, and he's slightly colored slightly different. Firebolt is colored more like his G1 representation as opposed to the Siege one. And Blowpipe, slightly different coloration, but this is his Siege figure, and was actually called Blowpipe. So there you go. And last but not least, you've got, and I love these names, you have Pterodactyl, which is this guy. He came with the Siege Skywarp Amazon exclusive, one of the 2 Battle Masters, aka Target Masters, that came with the Siege Skywarp. And then you also have Tyraxodon, and I actually have him in alt mode being wielded by Optimus Prime here. Because that's how he was shown in that image that they showed off in there. So there you go. And honestly, I love these names because they're a play on the flying dinosaurs, Pteranodon and Pterodactyl, but they turn into an axe. So instead of Pteranodon, it's Tyraxodon. So instead of pterodactyl, they wrote terror because he's evil, and then de-axe because he's an axtil. So that one was way crazy. But honestly, I love the puns in these guys' names, and I think it's great. I look forward to being able to see these guys. Oh yeah, and speaking of them, like the melee weapons, these guys turn into axes. So imagine if you were to give this to, say, Skyburst or Onslaught. Not that you would, because they're so powerful as gunners, especially with the Prime Core. But imagine if you gave it to those guys. Maybe they'd come in there and start swinging an axe instead of shooting their guns. Again, I don't know why you'd pick them. Maybe like Octo Punch or Sea Spray, you might want to give one of these guys too. And that's pretty much it for the news. I will say one thing, I didn't make a slide for it, but there is they have increased the awards for wars. So if you go and manage to win a war, your rewards are basically tripled. For Alloy, Energon, and Spark, I believe, and then your Prime Core, or no, not Prime, your Premium Shard rewards are 1,000 Premium Shards. There you go. Normally it's not that many for all the different war leagues, but it will be for this. They call on it the Tug of War event. I believe it has already started, and they did not give an end time. It's just going to be that's how it's going to be for the foreseeable future. And yeah, okay. One last reminder. If you're watching the replay, head on over to twitch.tv/EngineerHoist so you can join us live as I fumble through these slides, and you can give me a hard time down in the chat, and then hang out and help me out sometimes when I get stuck. Because these guys, I love them. Because sometimes I get stuck. I know a fair amount about Transformers, but I don't know everything. But I can almost guarantee you, if I don't know something, one of these guys down here does. And I'm extremely grateful for all of you guys who do show up and hang out live. And also, I do have Instagram and Twitter at Engineer Hoist. You can follow me there, and I'll be posting pictures or comments or things like that. Not super active, so you don't need to worry about getting spammed, but I do get out there occasionally. And that brings us back around the horn. And so here we go. So let's go ahead and take a look at these bots again on the big screen. Now these are just the ones that they've announced, but I'm sure there will be more coming. So there's Ravage. Still need to get a better camera so I can get it up close without, because see, if I get him too close, it doesn't focus on him. It's just a little webcam. So there's Ravage, Siege Ravage, and if they were to make a Night Stalker, I guarantee you it would be just a repaint of him. And so we have Firebolt, aka this is Fire Drive. And I didn't transform Ravage because he's a little more complicated, but you know how he transforms. And he just kind of basically flips out, folds over himself, and turns into a gun. That's not fully transformed because I just did it quick. And Blowpipe over here. There you go, you can see him a little bit better. Similar transformation, but not exact. You flip out his little gun part here and fold up his legs around like that. And so there you go, you got a little, I probably totally blocked that whole thing because I don't usually transform. I say that, but I've been doing it for how many months now? So, there you go. Then you got Flak here. Good blurry close-up on him. Oh my goodness, it actually almost got... Oh, I had... Look at that. I guess I just got to get it closer for it to focus. I did not realize that. Look at those terrible nails. So yeah, so your transform's pretty easy too. You just kind of flip the head in, flip the front down, tab the little arms together, kind of take the legs, and then just fold them over. And he turns into like a little missile launcher dude. Crater Maker here. See that? This is what I'm used to seeing with the focus. Okay, there you go. Same kind of deal. Same toy. You flip the head back, flip that down, and the arms are pretty much already in place like they are on most MicroMasters. And then you flip the legs around. There you go. And his missiles are actually painted. Now this guy was only available in the Target 10-pack of MicroMasters, which I'm actually glad I picked up because I had him that I was able to show off. Plus, also, Ironworks. I don't know if I mentioned it to you guys, but I did manage to get Earthrise Ironworks. In G1, this was just a playset. He wasn't a big robot, and Ironworks was actually a little MicroMaster, and that MicroMaster is actually a little truck with the yellow, matches perfectly with that, and I don't have him here, but he goes by Iron Tread and was also in that same 10-pack with Crater Maker and 8 other bots. And so now you got Pterodactyl here. And like I said, he came with the Siege Skywarp. This guy's transformation is pretty easy. You just flip out that piece. That's his handle, obviously. You flip the head back down around this way, and just kind of straighten out the wings. And now he's an axe. And last but not least, excuse me, Prime, I'm going to take Pterodactyl from you. So we're actually going to do the transformation backwards for this guy. So there you go. I do like the teal on his wings. That's pretty cool. So we just kind of do the same thing in reverse. You flip the head around. Where is it? There it is. And you flip this piece back in. You kind of spread the wings out. And he does actually have a couple of little feet that you can bring down. They don't really help support him. You can kind of set it to where he's kind of going and sitting here and talking to you or something. So there is Pterodactyl, the Autobot flying dinosaur axe thing guy. Also turns into a gun. He does also turn into a gun. He's got the handle there, and basically, I don't know how to do that really. I think basically what you do is you kind of just, yeah, he's an axe, and then you just kind of hold him as a gun. So, however you want to do it, axe, gun. But these guys are more, I mean, axe is in their name, so I would think that you'll be seeing these guys used as axes as melee weapons in the game. So, Grand Galvatron, wonder if we'll get the Star Saber, Sky Boom Shield, and Requiem Blaster. Probably not unless they actually turn them into robots. Into little robots. That would be my guess, because it does seem like they're going with the whole, you know, obviously these guys, you know, these are all Siege, but there are Battle Masters, and I'm not sure if we've seen these guys in Earthrise yet, but I know we've definitely seen some of the MicroMasters in Earthrise, like Trip Up and Daddy-O, aka Big Daddy. And there's a couple of other ones. Growl and I can't remember that guy. But anyway, so I know there's MicroMasters. I'm not sure if I've seen any Battle Masters yet in Siege. So the Star Saber are 3 little planes on top of each other. it's possible. I mean, it would be a little confusing to have the character of Star Saber and a weapon of the Star Saber. I know Star Saber's that's what they called the sword in Transformers Prime as well. So, Optimus Rodimus, what's going on? Finally got the profile pic for both YouTube and Twitch. Awesome. I can't see it here during the stream. I'll make sure to try to check it out later. Big Bronze Room's asking, wonder how these guys will be released. Are they going to be their own bot from a crystal with different star levels, or will they be like power cores? That's a real good question. I'm kind of curious about that myself. My guess is they're probably not going to be in like the standard crystals, like premium crystals, like side by side with the standard bots. I'm guessing they'll probably have their own type of a crystal similar to power cores. Like power cores have their own type of a, they have chips. These guys might have their own special crystal as well. It'll be interesting to see. Newsletter says there's supposed to be a stream tomorrow, or if you're watching the replay, you already saw it or didn't. But they said they would be talking more about this, so they may be talking about some more details there. The playtesters most likely will be seeing this pretty soon. If they're announcing it, I would expect to see the playtesters actually getting a shot at it. I'm not in there as a playtester. I'm just more related with working with them as a content creator, so I don't even get the first look at it. The playtester guys do. A couple of the content creators, like I think Sunstreaker Waza is also a playtester or whatever. So there you go. I do have crystals. I don't see who asked that. Dent, yes, I do have some crystals. We're going to be looking for Nosecone. I've got a couple of premium crystals as well that came from last weekend's event. One more question before we head over to that. Do you think they'll do another G.I. Joe collaboration sometime near the future? I'm thinking probably not, because if you notice, the G.I. Joe music went away. It wasn't around for very long because they no longer have the license for that music. Clearly, they have the license for the characters still, because those haven't gone away, but the music is no longer here, so my guess is we probably won't be seeing any more G.I. Joe stuff. So, alright, let's head over and finish off with some crystal cracking, but before we do that, if you saw the last crystal cracking, this is the guy I got. He just finished his research, coming out of the lab at level 41 now, and there you go. Haven't really done anything with him except to power level him with my Sentius Magnus there. There you go. I'm not sure how you would say your name. Is there a Twitch for Transformers Earth Wars? There is. So if you're obviously here on Twitch, just search for Transformers Earth Wars, and I'm pretty sure you'll find it. But you can watch it on like Grand Galvatron jumping in there, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. If you follow any of their social media channels, that's where you'll find it. So, crystals. Let's get these premium crystals out of the way. We've got a Pyromagna. Got Sludge. And we got an Elita 1. Alright. Yeah, Grand Galvatron won the trivia question last week. Didn't you actually win both trivia questions? Just gotta be greedy like that. I know they only gave you like the one prize or whatever. Speaking of trivia, if you haven't joined my Discord, which there'll be a link in the description of the YouTube video, plus it should be going up into the chat on Discord and should be shown on the screen there too. Maybe not. I pressed the button must not be working, but anyway, a lot of you guys are already in the Discord. I do have loot links now. For the first couple of months they didn't the service they were using shut down, so they had to find a new one, and they have it now. So I do have some loot links, and I've got actually 10 of them that I realized I got to use before the end of the month, so I'll be giving away all those in the Discord during this event over the course of the weekend. So if you could get over there, and I know the replay is going up on Thursday, so I'll be starting some of these giveaways. It's just a random poll, probably on Saturday, I'll say. So, and the loot link is good, I believe, for like I want to say 1,000 premium crystals, maybe 5,000. It's good, not crystals, shards. I always say that. If you ever hear me say something about thousands of crystals, I mean shards. We might try actually doing some trivia on the stream. I'm not going to do it during the recorded video, so all you guys watching live, stick around. I'm going to try it. I think I can give it away during the streams. I'm not sure, so that's why I don't want to necessarily do that during the recorded portion of it. So stick around. We'll do that right afterwards. Let's get to these. What do they call them? Drilling crystals. Chance for a 2, 3, or 4-star Nosecone. We finished 24 prestiges. So let's hope one of these at least has a Nosecone in it. I can't say that I've been shut out completely yet. I've always gotten at least a 2-star, although the Red Alert event I did not get the 2-star, but I did get a 3-star. So I haven't been completely shut out yet. But there's a first time for everything, right? Bruticus didn't get a single one. There's some more shards. Looks like we completed some kind of a crystal, probably a premium. That's a good point. G.I. Joe got their own game. That's probably why the music license left. This one. It probably went over to that game where it belongs. Still just shards. Thought about it for a second. Hey, look, we got a 2-star Nosecone. All right. Methodical to the point of painstaking. Oh, we've read that bio. 11 more chances to try to improve on that 2-star. It keeps thinking about it, but it still just gives us shards. More shards. More shards. More shards. And one last chance for something other than shards. Nope, just shards. So out of those 24, only one Nosecone came through. So that's another reason why I like doing this, not just to celebrate the victories, but also to show you guys that, you know, it happens to everyone. You know, you're not alone in not getting these bots. So we do have a premium crystal, and we do have a 3-star crystal. So maybe we'll get a consolation prize out of this. Premium crystal gives us... Boy, it's really thinking hard about which duplicate to give us. It's Streetwise! And the 3-star crystal gives us the duplicate Jazz. There we go. And a silver Jazz core. Oh, Nosecone story. I love these. Yeah, so this is Earth, huh? I like it. Boy, you're settling right in, aren't you, Nosecone? Took me a while. You know, new world, new threats around every corner. Not Earth strafe. Earth. The porous, crumbly stuff the whole planet's made out of. Even the hard bits are kind of soft. Compared to Cybertron. Oh, right. I see. Less resistance, huh? Yup. Tunneling's never been as unabrasive. With my Durabilium steel drill bit, I can go through this stuff like an Energo's sword through bovine byproduct. Only trouble is you're going to end up front and center of just about every offensive. Way I see it. So, I can take a lot of punishment, Springer. Whatever siege defenses are in my way, I just take them out. True, but cumulatively, it's got to wear you down, right? Without either Topspin or Twin Twist currently on tap, you're now the Wrecker's go-to bot when it comes to behind enemy lines stuff. Might be too big an ask. It won't work, Sandstorm. I get it. You're testing me. But anything Topspin or Twin Twist can do, I can do better. Maybe I'm not fast or flashy, but I get the job done. Mission after mission. The proof, as they say, is in the pile of wreckage you leave behind. Welcome to the Wreckers, Nosecone. Hey, wait! Nosecone's a Technobot! Part of a team already. Paws off! Is that so? Well, apart from you, Strafe, I don't see no other Techno-brats around. He's ours. Want to make something of it? Listen. Much as I love being fought over, I can be both. A Technobot and a Wrecker. When it comes to trashing cons, I'm as equal opportunities as they come. So there you go. Nosecone now is not just a Technobot. He is a Wrecker. I don't think there's any previous history about Nosecone being associated with the Wreckers. But as of Transformers Earth Wars, Nosecone is a Wrecker. Very cool. I have seen that story before, so on the test account when it came in. So I was glad to read it here with you guys because I thought it was pretty funny. So can you check to see if he's listed as a Wrecker here? I doubt they'll actually have him listed as a Wrecker here, but it's worth checking. I would think he'll be no, he's not listed here. They'll have him listed. They'll have a new Technobots section here, and he'll be set there. So he's kind of a unofficial. He's kind of an unofficial Wrecker. This is a term I just learned in my job recently. He's officially a Technobot, but he's matrixed to the Wreckers. So he's officially a Technobot, but he also works with the Wreckers. He's matrixed to the Wreckers. Corporate jargon. So there you go. Yeah, so there you go. Before we get out of here, I do want to. I feel a little bad leaving this out of the replays, but I did want to because I haven't been showing off some of my the stuff that I've been getting for you guys. Just real quick, I did actually pull the trigger on Generation Select's Hot Shot here. He came in from Hasbro Pulse just a couple of days ago. I'm pretty sure these guys were going for like $25, but he was $20 on Hasbro Pulse. Of course, after tax and shipping, it got quite a bit more expensive than that. But still, happy to have him. It looks good. Basically, it's the Hound mold with a new head and a new paint job, and looks good. So there you go. There's a Generation Selects Hot Shot. I did also get all of the Wave. I think I showed off Hoist and Ironworks. Also, I did also get Wheeljack and Cliff Jumper from Earthrise as well. So I think I'm mostly up to date on Earthrise. I passed on Starscream. I had an opportunity. I didn't get him. I'm happy with the 5,000 Cybertronian Seekers from Siege. But I got Grapple, Optimus Prime. I was thinking, like, what other leader class came out? Because usually they have 2 per wave. But the leader class was just the re-release of Siege Astro Train, which I already got. So, yeah, Brudica's just asking. I got the Siege version of Astro Train. I didn't get Earthrise Astro Train. I haven't seen Earthrise Astro Train, but that's okay, because I wasn't going to get them, because they're the exact same figures, just a different package. So there you go, and I think that's going to do it for the weekly news stream. And so for those of you watching the replay, thank you for watching. And if you want to watch live, head on over to twitch.tv/engineerhoist. We're here Wednesdays at 8 p.m. If you follow and turn on the notifications, you'll receive a notification when I go live. I usually start about 10 minutes before we record to let everybody get here, and I throw out the question of the day. And for all you guys here on Twitch Live, stick around. We'll be hanging out for a little bit afterwards, and that's going to do it. I'm Engineer Hoist. Keep rolling, my friends. We'll see you next time.